And in the next 45 minutes, we're going to talk about the big stories of the day. Prime Minister, remember, on the occasion of Ayurveda Day today, makes a very strong pitch for integration of ancient India's science, that's the Ayurveda, with the science of 21st century. On political front, we're going to quickly get you live inputs from Bihar as far as government formation is concerned. And also, we are going to keep an eye on COVID containment, the latest numbers. I'm Sakal Bhatt, and on the top of Midday Prime, let's shift our focus what's happening in Bihar. The latest developments that we are picking up from Bihar. I'm going to quickly go across live to my colleague, but also let's tell our viewers, Nitish Kumar briefly spoke to reporters a short while back. And remember, NDA leaders informally today met in Bihar. Today, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, he spoke to reporters today. He was accompanied by Sushil Modi, Bhupendra Yadav and other leaders of the NDA. They attended the meeting, and after the meeting, Nitish Kumar said that NDA will meet again on 15th of November. Let's listen. In fact, Salman Haider is with me from Patna. He's joining us live. We're going to, in fact, talk to Salman Haider, and we're also going to play out that soundbite of Nitish Kumar. He didn't reveal much, Salman. He just talked about the next meeting that is scheduled with Vidhayaks. He said on 15th of November. Uske baad hi aage charcha hogi. That's what he said. But Salman, the question is the role of Chirag plus the kind of criticism that we have seen of late from the opposition RJD, backed by the numbers that they have. There were a lot of speculations whether he will take this responsibility to become the Bihar Chief Minister for the 7th consecutive time, despite numbers not being in his favor, his party being reduced to number 3 position. Now the focus clearly shifts to the contours of the government. What more are you picking up? The government formation there in Bihar.
Actually, Sakal, BJP was up to now in a role of younger brother. Now it has suddenly become big brother, and with 74 seats, it has more edge over the JDU, as you know, and all the 4 constituents are discussing the way and means of forming a new government. Who will be what? That is the main problem. That is why the churning and discussions are going on. And now whatever was to be decided today has been, the analytics say that it has been postponed to 15th of November. So the discussions are going on mainly on what position, what designation one will hold, which party will hold. All the constituents, particularly the Mukesh Sahni's party, VIP, and HUM, Hindustani Awam Morcha, Manjhi's party, are negotiating very hard to get prime seats like chairperson or speaker of Vidhan Sabha, finance and other key positions. So the main thing is they are mainly discussing over the position who will get what. So this is the situation right now. The meeting was there, and Chief Minister came out from his residence and told the media persons.
But the fact that JDU has been relegated to number 3 position, the fact that Nitish's party's the status has diminished, because at the end of the day the numbers matter. The contours of the, yes, very quickly, portfolio allocation and JDU, will they really, the MLAs there get plum posts? What will be the role? All that is an open-ended question now, isn't it?
Naturally, as I told you, Sakal, now BJP is in a role of a big brother. So yes, naturally they will be pressurizing the whole, JDU and others, that they has edge over, they have edge over all the other constituents, because they have 74, the number, as you said, what really matters. So the speaker's position, that is the most important, prestigious position. They will want to hold this, right, and a deputy chief minister. Meanwhile, the HUM and VIP is also pressurizing to get more and more parts in cabinet. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to see whether we'll get to see some new realignments as far as these critical regional outfits are concerned that you just mentioned. Salman, thank you very much as of now for joining us with those very important inputs from Patna.
Thank you.
And on that note, on MDP, it's time to take a very, very short break on Midday Prime. On the other side, we'll get more on big statement coming from Prime Minister today on Ayurveda Day. Stay with us.
Looking for something.
Key.
Well, that's badass. Presenting Seltos Anniversary Edition.
Headset off करवा लीजिए. Yes. Thanks for staying with us on Midday Prime. Well, moving on to Prime Minister's message on the occasion of Ayurveda Day today, Prime Minister Modi today said that Ayurveda is the heritage of India, which has focused on the well-being of the whole humanity, dedicating two future-ready Ayurveda institutions, that is Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda, Jamnagar, and National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, to the nation through video conferencing on 5th Ayurveda Day. Prime Minister Modi said it is a matter of immense happiness for every Indian that traditional knowledge is now enriching other countries as well. He said it is matter of pride that World Health Organization, WHO, has selected India to set up its global center for traditional medicine.
साथियों, आयुर्वेद भारत की एक विरासत है जिसके विस्तार में पूरी मानवता की भलाई है। आज ब्राजील की राष्ट्रीय नीति में आयुर्वेद शामिल है। भारत अमेरिका संबंध हो, भारत जर्मनी रिश्ते हो, आयुष और भारतीय पारंपरिक चिकित्सा पद्धति से जुड़ा सहयोग निरंतर बढ़ रहा है। WHO ने ग्लोबल सेंटर फॉर ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन इसकी स्थापना के लिए दुनिया में से भारत को चुना है और अब भारत में से दुनिया के लिए इस दिशा में काम होगा।
The Prime Minister also said that both the institutes are premier institutions of Ayurveda in the country and are expected to play global leadership roles in the growth and development of Ayurveda in the 21st century.
देश में अब पहली बार हमारे पुरातन चिकित्सा वाला ज्ञान जो है, उस ज्ञान विज्ञान को 21वीं सदी के आधुनिक विज्ञान से मिली जानकारी के साथ भी उसको जोड़ा जा रहा है, इंटीग्रेट किया जा रहा है, नई रिसर्च की जा रही है। 3 साल पहले ही हमारे यहां अखिल भारतीय आयुर्वेदिक संस्थान की स्थापना की गई है। लेह में सोवा रिक्पा से जुड़ी रिसर्च और दूसरे अध्ययन के लिए राष्ट्रीय सोवा रिक्पा संस्थान विकसित करने का काम जारी है। आज गुजरात और राजस्थान के जिन 2 संस्थानों को अपग्रेड किया गया है, वो भी इसी सिलसिले का विस्तार है।
Prime Minister added that utilizing the immense untapped potential of Ayush systems of healthcare for providing effective and affordable solutions for public health challenges is a priority of the government.
20वीं सदी का भारत अब टुकड़ों में नहीं, होलिस्टिक तरीके से सोचता है। हेल्थ से जुड़ी चुनौतियों को भी अब होलिस्टिक अप्रोच के साथ उसी तरीके से ही सुलझाया जा रहा है। भारत की ये पारंपरिक विद्या कितनी कारगर है। जब कोरोना से मुकाबले के लिए कोई प्रभावी तरीका नहीं था, तो भारत के घर घर में हल्दी, दूध और काढ़ा जैसे अनेक इम्यूनिटी बूस्टर उपाय बहुत काम आए। इतनी बड़ी जनसंख्या, इतनी घनी आबादी और ऐसा हमारा देश अगर आज संभली हुई स्थिति में है तो उसमें हमारी इस परंपरा की भी अहम भूमिका रही है।
My colleague Arun Sharma joins us to tell us more about the big takeaways of Prime Minister's address on the occasion of Ayurveda Day today. Arun, basically ancient India's science, Ayurveda, the way Prime Minister so beautifully summarized it, how in today's COVID times particularly it's been integrated to the modern day science of the 21st century. So India's Ayurveda increasingly getting global, especially that being acknowledged and noticed at the WHO platform as well.
Proud moment for India as well, because now it's a big day for the Ayurvedic science primarily in India, because World Health Organization has primarily collaborated with India, and a global center for traditional medicine. This international, center will be opened in India. Now, this gives a sense that how World Health Organization, various other countries are looking forward towards India as far as Ayurvedic science is concerned, as far as traditional medicine is concerned. That's number one. Number two aspect is that the focus of the government as of now is to integrate the traditional medicine with the modern science and modern medicinal facilities. So how can these two things can be integrated with some clinical research involved in it? And that's the reason why Prime Minister Narendra Modi today appealed to the youngsters of our country, startups of our country, that more and more research, more and more startups should be open in the direction of Ayurveda. That's number one. Important aspect is also that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also appealed to various state governments that, the Ayurvedic science and Ayurveda should be part of the curriculum, the course curriculum as well, so that the students can know about Ayurvedic science, Ayurveda. That's an important aspect as well. We know this fact that when we talk about various countries like US, Germany, and various other European countries, Ayurveda is an important part of their policy, and they're depending upon, gradually depending upon the Ayurvedic science as well. When we talk about India specifically, our health policy, now Ayurveda has become an important part of India's health policy. Now, recently only we have seen, Sakal, that Parliament has passed given a nod to two important commissions. One commission is the National Commission on Indian Systems of Medicine, and next commission is on the National Commission on Homeopathy. So these two important commissions will play an important role in giving a major push to Ayurveda in our country. That means traditional science blending with the modern science.
And not only that, well, Prime Minister talked about how the Ayurvedic products, gained so much of popularity amidst containment of COVID, or whether it is haldi, turmeric, etc., that Prime Minister talked about. And now the world is looking at India in that sense of term as well. We're being seen as the pharmaceutical capital of the world during COVID times is one aspect, and now Ayurveda giving us a new templates for this.
Absolutely. And not only limited to COVID-19 only. This Ayurveda is known for physical well-being, mental well-being, spiritual well-being of any person. And it has, given a proven result. Various research are there which proves that it helps in physical well-being, mental well-being, and of course, the spiritual well-being as well. Now, even during the COVID-19 times, on one side, we have, a country like India has helped to various other countries in supplying of hydroxychloroquine medicine, various healthcare equipments and infrastructure. So on the other side, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on various multilateral platform and international platform has again and again highlighted this fact that Ayurvedic science and Ayurveda has helped a lot as far as fight against COVID is concerned, as far as prevention of various diseases are concerned. Sakal, today we are witnessing, apart from COVID-19, there are various mental diseases like depression, social anxiety, and various other mental disorder. So Ayurveda has also played an important role in combating these kind of mental stress and depression kind of diseases as well. So yes, COVID-19 is one aspect, and we have seen that recently the COVID-19 pandemic time, the demand of the Ayurvedic product is gradually increasing, not only nationally but internationally as well. Various other countries, be it the ASEAN countries, be it the other developing and developed countries, they are gradually adopting towards Ayurveda, because during COVID-19 pandemic time, there was no sure shot treatment for COVID-19. The only thing or a ray of hope was how to boost up your immunity. So be it ginger, be it haldi ka doodh, that means turmeric milk, or be it kahda, or be it chawanprash, All these were tried and tested measures by the Indians. These were written in Vedic scriptures that India is having. But now the big aspect is that when Prime Minister Narendra Modi has dedicated these two institutes, now this dedication will also ensure that they are of now national importance. That means whenever any kind of student exchange program are happening at the international level, these two institutes will also play an important role as far as student exchange programs are concerned. Students will get a platform as far as research and development in this Ayurveda or the Ayurvedic science sector. And yes, this will be a defining moment for India as well, that how India's soft power, be it yoga, be it Ayurveda, is now contributing in fight against COVID-19 and various other diseases. Power.
Yeah, so basically, because you talked about yoga so rightly, Arun, also just to quickly sum it up now, this is also something, the high points that you talked about, Prime Minister's address on the Ayurveda Day today, this kind of re-emphasizes or reinforces government's focus as far as the further development, the R&D, as far as the traditional medicines are concerned. On that front, the government also is very, very serious. There's a concerted effort being made in that aspect as well. Promotion of traditional medicines.
Absolutely. So it's a holistic approach from the government side. On one side, as far as vaccine development is concerned, World Health Organization has, appreciated India. As far as COVID-19 and fight against COVID-19 is concerned, globally, India's efforts were being appreciated. And now when we talk about the Ayurvedic science or homeopathy, yes, India has contributed immensely as far as this sector is concerned. So nationally also, as we talk about India, government is making policies that gives a major push to the Ayurvedic science in our country, be it, giving a nod to the commissions in our country, the national commissions related to Ayurvedic and Ayurvedic science, constituting primarily Ayush Mantralaya. Now, this is first ever in the history that a weightage was given, priority was given to the Ayurvedic sciences, and that's the reason why Ayush Mantralaya was constituted. So this gives a sense that how government is committed to focus on the Ayurvedic science, not as an alternate source or not as an alternative health mechanism, but yes, as an important and a basic part of the India's healthcare policy. So yes, now today, when we talk about India's health policy, Ayurveda is not looked upon as an alternate part, but it is looked as a main and important aspect of India's health policy.
India's healthcare ecosystem. Yes. On that note, thank you very much, Arun, for joining us and explaining to our viewers the significance of those big takeaways. Thank you. And now let's shift our focus to Diwali festivity. It's going to be a very special Deepavali in Ayodhya this time around, this being the first since the verdict of Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya case. In Uttar Pradesh, preparations are all in full swing for the Deepotsav celebrations by the state government. In Ayodhya, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be taking part in these celebrations. Although the state government is celebrating Deepotsav from last year's, but this year's Deepotsav will be the first since the verdict in Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya case and the beginning of the construction of Ram Janmabhoomi temple. First time, the lamps will be lit at Sri Ram Janmabhoomi also. And I'm going to quickly go across live to my colleague Ashwini, who is joining us live from Ayodhya. Ashwini, over to you. Explain to our viewers the colors, the festive gaiety and the spirit there in Ayodhya this time around, and why this is going to be a very, very special Deepavali for Ayodhya as well.
जी सकल अगर देखें तो ये दिव्य दीपोत्सव है। दिव्य दीपोत्सव इस मायने में भी विलक्षण है क्योंकि भूमि पूजन के बाद 5 अगस्त को प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी द्वारा यहीं पर भूमि पूजन किया गया, जहां पर दिव्य एवं भव्य मंदिर निर्माण का मार्ग प्रशस्त हुआ। उसके बाद की ये पहली दीपावली है। इससे पहले दीपोत्सव अयोध्या कई बार मना चुका है, 3 बार। ये वर्तमान सरकार ने परंपरा शुरू की 2017 से। 2017, 18, 19 दीपोत्सव यहां मनाया गया, लेकिन इस बार का दीपोत्सव खास इसलिए है क्योंकि 500 साल का जो अंधेरा था वो कटा है। अयोध्या में ही भगवान श्री राम का वनवास समाप्त हुआ है और अयोध्या में भगवान श्री राम के दिव्य भव्य मंदिर का मार्ग प्रशस्त हुआ है और तेजी से निर्माण कार्य प्रगति पथ पर है। तो इस मायने में इसे और यादगार बनाने के लिए अयोध्या अपने पहले के ही बनाए हुए विश्व कीर्तिमान को भी, वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड को भी इस बार ब्रेक करने की कोशिश में है। पिछली बार गिनीज बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में अयोध्या के दीपोत्सव का नाम इसलिए दर्ज हुआ था कि एक ही साथ एक ही जगह पर 4,04,000 से ज्यादा दिए जलाए गए थे। इस बार कोशिश है राज्य सरकार की और प्रशासन की कि तकरीबन 5,51,000 दीप राम की पैड़ी पर जले। समूची अयोध्या में तो 10 लाख से ज्यादा दिए जलाए जाएंगे और राम की पैड़ी पर 6 लाख से अधिक दिए जलाए जाएंगे, लेकिन विश्व कीर्तिमान 5,51,000 का बन सके, इसकी कोशिश राज्य सरकार की तरफ से है। इसके अलावा जहां पर मैं हूं सकल, ये आप देख सकते हैं कि भगवान श्री राम का यह अस्थायी मंदिर है। इस मंदिर में योगी आदित्यनाथ सबसे पहले मुख्यमंत्री पहुंचेंगे और वो यहां पर पूजा अर्चना करेंगे। 3:30 बजे उनका आने का कार्यक्रम है और इसके बाद सीधे वो यहां से रामकथा पार्क जाएंगे। रामकथा पार्क में ही भगवान श्री राम का हेलीकॉप्टर के द्वारा राम, सीता और रामादल का आगमन होगा और सांकेतिक रूप से वहां पर प्रतीकात्मक अवतरण होगा, वहां पर भरत मिलाप होगा और इसके बाद प्रतीकात्मक रूप में भगवान श्री राम और सीता का राज्याभिषेक करेंगे मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ। और इसके बाद रामकथा पार्क के इन दोनों आयोजनों के बाद सरयू, जो कि यहाँ की पवित्र नदी है, भगवान श्री राम और अयोध्या में आस्था रखने वालों के लिए वो सब सर्वाधिक महत्वपूर्ण है, वहां पर आरती का कार्यक्रम है। लगभग 5100 बातियों के साथ वहां पर योगी आदित्यनाथ, राज्यपाल आनंदीबेन पटेल, उप मुख्यमंत्री केशव प्रसाद मौर्य, उप मुख्यमंत्री और साथ ही साथ अन्य काबीना मंत्री यहां पर उपस्थित रहेंगे। सरयू आरती के बाद फिर वो राम की पैड़ी पर आएंगे। राम की पैड़ी पर एक जबरदस्त लेजर शो होगा। दीपोत्सव, दिव्य दीपोत्सव का आगाज वहीं से होगा। 6 लाख से अधिक वहां पर दिए जलाए जाएंगे। गिनीज बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में नाम दर्ज करने की कोशिश होगी अपने पहले के ही कीर्तिमान को तोड़ने के लिए। और इसके बाद रामलीला का मंचन होगा। अगर अयोध्या के लोगों के उत्साह की बात करें तो अयोध्या का अवसाद, अयोध्या का विषाद जो है वो समाप्त हो चुका है। उल्लास है, लोगों के मन में हर्ष है और नए तेवर, नए कलेवर में अयोध्या सजी सवरी तैयार है अपने लाला के पुनरागमन के लिए और नया इतिहास रचने के लिए। सकल
जी, thank you very much, Ashwini, for getting us that live ground report all the way from Ayodhya. It's certainly going to be a mega event there on Deepotsav. Thank you so much. Thank you. And staying with festive spirit amidst fight to contain COVID crisis, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 25th of October in his Mann Ki Baat radio broadcast amidst various festivals around the corner asserted that India, the nation, stands firmly with the brave soldiers. Reaching out to the nation through radio address, Prime Minister urged people to light a diya at their homes to honor our security forces guarding frontiers while they celebrate Deepavali and also buy local products this festive season. We have this special report.
हमें अपने उन जाबाज सैनिकों को भी याद रखना है जो इन त्योहारों में भी सीमाओं पर डटे हैं, भारत माता की सेवा और सुरक्षा कर रहे हैं। हमें उनको याद करके ही अपने त्योहार मनाने हैं।
This was Prime Minister's Mann Ki Baat radio address to the nation on the occasion of Dasara, October 25th, with yet another strong message. Think of our soldiers firmly stationed on the borders, in the line of duty, even during festive times. Remember them. Light a diya for them. Reaching out to men in khaki, Prime Minister assured them, despite they being away at the borders, the entire country is with them. The Prime Minister urged the countrymen to light a lamp at home in honor of these brave sons and daughters of Mother India.
हमें घर में एक दिया भारत माता के इन वीर बेटे बेटियों के सम्मान में भी जलाना है। मैं अपने वीर जवानों से भी कहना चाहता हूं कि आप भले ही सीमा पर हैं, लेकिन पूरा देश आपके साथ है, आपके लिए कामना कर रहा है।
Amidst the gaiety of festivities, the Prime Minister in his Mann Ki Baat radio address of October 25th reached out to countrymen, urging them to spare a thought for all those associated with local products. The Prime Minister urged people to also remember the country's vocal for local resolve while purchasing items from the market during the festive season and accord priority to local products.
आज जब हम लोकल के लिए वोकल हो रहे हैं तो दुनिया भी हमारे लोकल प्रोडक्ट्स की फैन हो रही है। हमारे कई लोकल प्रोडक्ट्स में ग्लोबल होने की बहुत बड़ी शक्ति है।
So this Deepavali, remember soldiers guarding our borders, light a diya for them and keep the vocal for local resolve in mind while shopping for all that you need, from diyas to clothes to dried fruits. burning bright, the festival of lights. Bureau Report, DD India.
More news on national crime. The high-level committee under the chairmanship of the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has approved additional central assistance under the National Disaster Response Fund to 6 states which were affected by cyclone, which were affected by floods, landslides during this year. Assistance of rupees 4,381.88 crore has been announced to 6 states from National Disaster Response Fund. These states are West Bengal, Odisha, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh and Sikkim. These are the states that will receive funds for cyclones Amphan and Nisarga floods, as well as floods and landslides that occurred during 2020. For cyclone Amphan, rupees 2,707.77 crore has been approved for West Bengal and 128.23 crore for Odisha. Meanwhile, rupees 2,068.59 crores has been approved for Maharashtra for cyclone Nisarga. Along with this, floods and landslides which occurred during the southwest monsoon, rupees 577.84 crore has been approved for the state of Karnataka. In addition to this, during the financial year 2020-21 till date, the central government has released rupees 15,524.43 crore to 28 states from the SDRF. Those are the numbers right on your screen. Moving on to more news and updates. With regards to the agricultural reform, Centre has initiated talks with protesting farmers of Punjab. Today, Union Minister Piyush Goyal and Narendra Singh Tomar held a meeting with farmer leaders from Punjab. The meeting was an effort to put an end to all the wrong misgivings spread by the opposition parties with regard to the legislation and MSP.
हम लोगों ने भी तय किया कि सभी यूनियंस के लीडर के साथ बातचीत करेंगे और उनके जो मुद्दे हैं उनको सुनेंगे, क्योंकि भारत सरकार की प्रतिबद्धता हमेशा से किसानों के साथ रही है और आने वाले कल में भी ये रहने वाली है। और मुझे आशा है कि सभी किसान यूनियन के लोग अपनी बात को रखेंगे और शायद कोई सकारात्मक रास्ता निकालने में हम लोग सफल हों।
हमारा प्रयत्न रहेगा कि सही जानकारी किसान तक पहुंचे, जो हमारा ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है वो किसान तक पहुंचे। और मुझे विश्वास है कि पंजाब के किसान हमारे इतने देशभक्त हैं, इतने अच्छे समझ रखते हैं अपने खेती की, किसान के काम की, कि अवश्य वो भारत सरकार ने उठाए हुए कदमों का स्वागत करेंगे।
And now let's shift our focus to COVID front. India has crossed several landmark milestones and India continues to do so in the collective fight against global pandemic. Look at the numbers now. Over 81,15,000 people have recovered so far from COVID pandemic. In the last 24 hours, more than 49,000 people have recovered. India has the best position per million cases of COVID-19. The recovery rate in the country has been 92.89%. At the same time, the death rate has come down to 1.48%. The trend of daily low cases has been made possible by an exponential increase in testing infrastructure. Accumulated total of 12,31,01739 samples have been tested up to till 12th of November 2020. And in a tweet by Health Ministry, comprehensive and high testing is pivotal in the strategy to curb the chain of transmission. From a few tests in January, India has scaled high more than 12 crore total tests only reported in the month of November. With daily capacity of 15 lakh tests, more than 11 lakh tests were done on an average every day in the past 6 weeks. Such comprehensive testing leads to early identification, quick isolation, timely hospitalization and effective treatment of COVID-19 cases. And these eventually, of course, result in decreased positive rate and low fatality rate. So with that, India continues to stay ahead of the curve. And it's time to take a break in Midday Prime. We'll be back with more news, especially what's going on in the world of business and sports. Stay with us.
Looking for something.
Key.
Well, that's badass. Presenting Seltos Anniversary Edition.
Well, thanks for staying with us on Midday Prime. It's time for the news and updates coming in from the world of business. And let's take a look. And for that, my colleague Ajay joins us from Delhi studio to tell us more about the fluctuations in the Sensex market. But what we really want to know is, as a run-up to Diwali, today being Choti Diwali, what do we have?
Thanks, Akal. I just want to, update you on one thing, which is Atmanirbhar Bharat 3.0. Yesterday, the finance minister announced a tax bonanza for a real estate sector. For the housing below 2 crore of rupees, if the difference between the circle rate and the property prices are up to 20%, the buyer and the seller will not be taxed. This is going to be the game changer in the days to come for the real estate sector. And many analysts are believing that it will prompt developers to actually cut down the prices of the houses which are in the bracket of 2 crore rupees. So it's a very, very good news for the home buyers, and perhaps the time is really ripe for those who are actually wanting to buy their new house this festive season. But you asked for the current market scenario. The markets are currently static at this point in time because they are confused in a sense that they have risen so much, and the equity benchmark has dropped over 250 points in early trade today, tracking losses in index heavyweights FMCG, Twins, ICICI Banks and Kotak Bank amid weak cues from the global markets. The markets is taking a pause at these levels with higher possibility of profit booking, which the analysts are believing. But right now, if you see, the bank counters are currently down, and right now as we are speaking, the Nifty 50 is up by 12 points, while BSE Sensex is up by 33 points, Nifty Bank is up by 130 points. So the market which was in the red in the early trade is now back into green. So that's the kind of volatility that we are witnessing on the Sensex, and that's very important for the investors to understand. Moving on the gold and silver prices, because of this festivity season, the MCX gold future is 0.07% higher, which is almost nothing. So the gold and silver prices also almost static, 50,635 for 10 gram, while silver has dropped 0.2% to 2,615 per kilogram. In the previous session, the gold prices have risen 0.76% or 380 rupees per 10 gram, while silver had edged 0.228% higher. In India, analysts expect a rise in sales this week on the occasion of Dhanteras and Diwali. Besides, gold prices have also significantly corrected from its August level of 56,000 when it hit a record high. Well, that's all in the business frame for today. Sakal?
Thank you, Ajay, for those quick updates. Thank you. And now it's time to get you some news from the world of economy. And now let's take a look at what's making news across the globe. Well, we have the first news coming in from Canada. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau participated in the virtual version of annual Diwali celebrations, lighting up a ceremonial lamp from his office in Parliament Hill. Trudeau tweeted saying, and I quote, "Diwali reminds us that truth, lights and goodness will always prevail," unquote. He further said that to celebrate that hopeful message and mark this important festival, I joined a virtual celebration earlier this evening. Happy Diwali to everyone celebrating. That's Justin Trudeau. Britain has registered record-breaking 33,470 COVID-19 cases in just 24 hours. The death toll in the UK is higher than the other worst affected countries in Europe, and the number of people killed by coronavirus is only higher in the United States, Brazil and Mexico. It has so far registered more than 12,90,000 cases of COVID-19 with over 50,900 deaths reported so far. And shifting focus to Bangladesh, the government of Bangladesh has further extended the closure of all educational institutions from 14th of November till December 19th. The Education Ministry has issued a notification to this effect. The closure has been extended in view of the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic in the country. In Bangladesh, the educational institutes have remained closed since March 17, shortly after the first coronavirus case was detected in the country. And in the meanwhile, Bangladesh has reported 1,733 new corona-positive cases, 19 deaths in the last 24 hours since Wednesday. According to the latest figures released by the Directorate General of Health Services, the death toll due to COVID-19 in Bangladesh has gone up to 6,127, and the total number of people infected with it now stand at over 4.25 lakh. Well, after world news, it's time for some stories from the world of sports. And for that, Suchitra joins us to tell us what's happening in the world of sports, especially the International Cricket Council. Are we going to have T20 or not, Suchitra?
Let's start with some cricket update first. The International Cricket Council has confirmed that the next T20 World Cup will be held in India as per the original plans. The 16-team tournament is scheduled for October-November next year. Apart from test-playing nations, the tournament will also feature its newest qualified member, Papua New Guinea, besides Namibia, Netherlands, Oman and Scotland. Back-to-back editions of the T20 World Cup were supposed to be held in Australia in 2020 and India in 2021. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic, the 2020 edition was postponed to 2022, with a 2021 edition staying in India as per the original schedule. And the Indian cricket team has reached Sydney for a much-anticipated series against Australia starting from November 27. Men in Blue departed from Dubai on Wednesday night in their customized PPE kits and masks. Team India will undergo 14-day quarantine, during which it has been allowed to train. The much-anticipated tour will kick-start with the ODI series. First match of the series will be played at the Sydney Cricket Ground on November 27. Sports Authority of India has released a total of rupees 5 crore 78 lakhs and 50,000 as an out-of-pocket allowance for a total of 2,783 Khelo India athletes for the month of October and November. The out-of-pocket allowance is transferred directly to the athlete's bank account, whereas the rest of the amount is spent on the athlete's training, fooding, lodging and education at the Khelo India Academy. It also includes expenses towards travel to hometown, diet charges while at home and other expenses incurred by the athletes. The funding has been done as per the Khelo India Talent Development Scheme. Some football action. Scotland have qualified for next year's Euro Cup football competition after 23 years. In the Group C qualifying match played late on Thursday, Scotland beat Serbia 5-4 in a penalty shootout. Clark's men are now 9 games unbeaten, their best run in 44 years, and will face England, Croatia and the Czech Republic in Group D at next summer's delayed finals. Scotland last played in Euro Cup in 1996. This is the first time since 1998 World Cup that Scotland has qualified for a major football competition. Hungary defeated Iceland 2-1 in a thrilling contest to qualify for Euro Cup. Hungary were trailing 0-1 till 88th minute, but they scored twice in dying minutes of the match, thus winning the match and qualifying for the Euro Cup. So those were some sports updates. Back to you, Sakal.
Thank you, Suchitra. Thank you for joining us. And now let's move on to our next segment, that is Life Prime, where we bring to you the stories from the world of art, culture, cinema, fashion, science and innovation, stories that are bringing smiles, stories that are changing lives. So the festival of Dhanteras is being celebrated today. The word Dhanteras is derived from Dhan, which means wealth in Hindi, and Teras, which means 13. On this day, people believe that gold and silver protect you from bad omen and anything negative. It is also considered extremely auspicious to buy these precious metals. People are buying gold and silver jewelry, utensils from the market to celebrate Dhanteras. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also extended greetings to the nation on the occasion of Dhanteras. In a tweet, Prime Minister said, and I quote, "Greetings to countrymen on the occasion of Dhanteras. May God Dhanvantri bless everyone with happiness, prosperity, good fortune and health." Unquote. Shah is going to join us from Mumbai to tell us more about how Mumbaikars are celebrating Dhanteras, the financial capital of the country, Mumbai there. Shah, well, first of all, you're really dressed for the occasion. Happy Deepavali to you and your team out there. Now, how is Mumbai reacting to the Dhanteras, and especially the markets, that's important.
Well, thank you, and same to you. Let's talk about the Dhanteras part first, because we know that today is the most auspicious occasion to buy all the precious metals, including gold, silver, and other metals, including our utensils as well. From morning, we are seeing a rush of people coming to all the jewelry shops and buying whatever they can, because the gold prices have also come down today, and that is why people are trying to make the most of it. We are at a jewelry shop, and we will just try to talk to the bullion expert, and he's also the owner of the shop. So what do you say? What is the gold prices today, and what is the behavior of people towards buying gold?
First of all, we talk about the gold price today. It has gone to around 52,000 and above. So, which was prior to, we talk about the coronavirus. It was on 25th March when the gold rate was around 38 to 39,000. But due to the coronavirus and due to the weak economy around the world, the gold has gone up. Usually it is says that whenever there is a Mahamari, that is a big problem arises, either geopolitical issue or this kind of issue, always people rush to the gold, and that same thing has happened. Even around the world, countries of the central bank, they were also started buying the gold. That has put gold to from $1,250 to $1,850 and $1,900. And this virus has impacted very poor economy now. But still, in India, there is a big wedding season is there pending. As from March to mid-July, there was a season of a wedding, and a lot of weddings were there, which kept pending due to the coronavirus. And this year, there are 103 more compared to last year, which was 67 to 70 more. So the gold demand has increased, and today, due to the festive season, also there is a good demand was there. We see from morning, there was a good customers, and now there is no muhurt. Again, muhurt will start at evening. So people are buying according to the muhurt. So people are coming.
So, Sakal, there you heard on the, actual metal part, and now let's talk about the markets. The markets, if you've seen, they are also trading in green. The Sensex and Nifty both are trading in green, and that is also somewhere we always talk about that the markets are connected to the sentiments. And today the sentiment is good. The gold prices have come down. People are also going out and making the most of the Muhurat. The markets are making the most of it. And also, if we are to talk about the locals, there is a high rise for the local products, as Prime Minister has already emphasized that we should be going vocal for local, and that is why more and more people are shifting their focus towards handmade Indian products, local products, and they don't want to have any other, Chinese products or any other lightings. They want to light the earthen diya, the diyas that we, traditionally light up in our Diwali occasions. And this is the entire sense of Dhanteras, entire sense of the Diwali festival, because it was long awaited. People were really tired of, of all the things that were going in the, say about for 7 and 8 months. They really want to enjoy this time, but yes, caution is there. People are there in masks, doing the shopping, Diwali shopping, and every other place they go outside, and with caution, the festivities would be celebrated.
And festivities amidst pandemic precautions, that extremely important. Shama, thank you so much for joining us on Midday Prime. And before we wrap up, let's talk about this as well. Well, Diwali around the corner. It's almost there. In fact, the customer response has been brilliant. These don't burst crackers, eat crackers concept despite the pandemic, says chocolatier Priya Jain. With several states banning the sale and use of firecrackers ahead of Diwali, chocolatier in Bangalore has come up with a unique concept of crackers which would not hurt the environment. Cracker-shaped chocolates we are talking about. She has named chocolates after crackers like Rocket, Sutli Bomb, Lakshmi Pataka, Flower Pots, among others. Well, on that note, it's time to wrap up this edition of Midday Prime. Thank you so much for staying with us. Namaskar.